my biggest attitude is no one else can motivate you. You don't. If you need someone to motivate you, you probably shouldn't be making films. If you've got the motivation, do it. There will be people that tell you not to do it. There will be people that tell you you're crazy. It doesn't make sense. You don't have enough money. If you listen to those people, you probably shouldn't be making a film. If you don't listen to them and do it anyway, good for you. Filmmakers make films. They make short films, long films. They make it on video. They make it on whatever they're capable of doing. If you want to make a film and you really believe in it, make it. It all has to do with your own drive. But there will be no shortage of people to tell you not to. People that pretend to encourage you at the same time can try to undermine your effort. But I say to anybody who aspires to be a filmmaker, then make a film. There were a couple of incidents that really stood out. The girl who played Salawati, her name is Aisha, and Aisha doesn't have a lot of experience, but she's got tremendous talent and this incredible drive to do well. I mean, it was so cool to see how excited she was just to be on set. She was happy all the time because she was getting to be in a film, she was getting to be, work with actors that she respected. But one day, one mistake I made was we were doing a scene where she had to look out of breath. And my DOP told her, before we shoot, you run back and forth 2 times. And so she ran, and it was a very, very hot day, so she ran back and forth a few times. And she was panting, and then we started the scene. So it looked very authentic, her being out of breath. She didn't have to manufacture it. But we had to reshoot the scene 3 or 4 times. And we finally nailed the scene, and everybody went over to sit in the shade. And I looked over and I saw her sitting by herself, and she looked uncomfortable. So I walked over and I said, "Are you okay?" And she was panting, and I saw that she was hyperventilating. And I said, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And she said, "I can't breathe." So I scooped her up in my arms, I ran her over into the shade, and we had a registered nurse. One of the crew was also a registered nurse, and fixed her up real quickly. She just needed to be cooled down and relax a little bit. But it made me realize that, I mean, she was so mature on the set and so adult in every respect and so professional, I forgot this is just a kid, you know? So I think that scared me, you know? I thought, oh, you have to be really careful. You can't be fooled by the fact that, you know, no matter how mature and professional she was, I still should have realized. The biggest challenges I faced were there were a couple of scenes were very complex to shoot, and these were pivotal scenes that involved a large degree of action, not action in the sense of a car chase, but action that involved a fairly complex set of camera angles and so forth. So I called up my editor, the Sean Ashley, who he was my primary editor. I also have a secondary editor who did a great job. Her name is Joyce Talk. I don't want to leave her out, but and I called up Sean and I said, I can't see this working the way we've got it. Would you come over and let's go through this scene from an editor's point of view? Now, I don't know if that's traditionally done, but the DOP sees it from through the camera, but the editor sees the way all the pieces are going to be put together, and I try to look at both. So I'd gotten the DOP's point of view, which was very good and very valid, but when the editor came in and we talked about how we put these pieces together, I was able to modify our shooting schedule, modify the shots we needed, and made it much, much simpler and much more realistic in terms of the way we shot it. So I called up the DOP as soon as I got done with the editor. He said, "Oh, that sounds great." It's something I'll do again in the process. I will bring my DOP and editor together early in the pre-pro process to have this dialogue, so not so much one can say, let's do this or let's do this, but so the 3 of us can generate ideas. I don't mean, I want you to shoot it like this. I mean, this is the feeling, or this is the sense I want to create. Now maybe he'll say, that's great, we'll shoot it just like that. But more often than not, he'll come up with another idea. And as long as we can stick to this idea that this is the spirit, he'll go, if this is what you want to create, then we should try it this way. And him coming up with his ideas, and then the editor stepping in and going, yeah, we could cut it like this, and the DOP says, well, if we're going to cut it there, then we should create this shot as well. And that's really exciting for me, that process, because I do like the collaboration. And when everybody feels like the collaboration is something that will help the film rather than it's compartmentalized, this is my job, this is my job, this is my job. For me, that's counterproductive. But when everybody says everything overlaps, yeah, that's a really exciting part of the process. Now I look at it, and it is a film I'm really proud of, and I'm very happy it ended up the way it did. I'm happy I took the time and the extra expenses that it incurred, because ultimately it came to be the film that I'd hoped it could be.